started and then we'll go. All right, so today my main goal for this class was, number one, I wanted to get y'all here because I was asked to do the seating chart. If we may have one or two more straggle in this morning. If they do, I'll write them down. If not, and we have another day, I'm just going to hold on to this, add to it next time, and if y'all need reminders of where you were, because it may be a while, I'll tell you where we are seated and all, because that's kind of just one of the protocols that they're having us do this semester to try to keep things as normal as possible. I know these masks are not normal, and I don't like it any more than you guys do, I promise you. Like I said, this course is now the hybrid format, which basically in layman's terms is we just kind of do what we have to do to get through it. There can be a combination of in-person instruction and online instruction. If we're not going to be on a consistent basis one way or the other, I went ahead and tried to go with stuff that you could primarily do on your own, following the guidelines on the, on Blackboard as far as what to do when. Things are going to open up when they're supposed to open. So what I'm going to do in just a minute is go to, I'm going to get on Blackboard, and I'm going to show you guys some of the main places that you need to follow along. So let me click here and get it open. And I'm going to turn on the thing over here too. Okay, again, I'm trying to share this for the ones who are not able to be here where you guys can see what's going on. Right off the bat, you see here, I went to the welcome video, syllabus, and course outline. If you haven't been here, be sure to be here soon. Even more important than my video up here is the syllabus, because there's a quiz that will be coming that's from the syllabus. It's not hard. It's not going to be something that, it's just basically a way to track attendance more so than anything. And to make sure that you look at the syllabus where you see what's going on. All right, I can't tell. I have to mark you here, and I have to mark you on the chart. Are you happy with that seat right there? Okay. Okay, so anyway, first thing that you guys need to do is get on the welcome video, syllabus, course outline. Go over the syllabus. Now the course outline here is something that you'll be able to follow pretty well as far as what's happening in the course. I'm trying to see where, I think I saw one date, maybe I changed it. One of the dates I thought was wrong, but I think I fixed it. If you see any like a April 15th or something, just know that that I had the wrong date written on here. But
June 11th.
there you go, that's it. You will be notified on Blackboard about the correct date. That was the one that I wasn't sure when I saw it, I wasn't sure how to fix it. So this is where you can find just the overall kind of where you're supposed to be as far as the weeks go. Far left are your weeks, obviously, and you can kind of follow along there. Tests in this class will be use what you have. There's going to be time periods of several days to, kind of like you got the midterm available from midnight on the 28th through October 4th, midnight basically. So you've got several days to get them done. Same type deal with the final. It'll be open from the 18th through the 24th, which is basically the time frame that they gave us for exams. Rather than doing the set time on that deal, we're just going to give you that whole space where you can fit it in where you need to do it. All right, let's see what else we got here that I wanted to show you. The projects and reports tab over here, it has some things. Now you're going to look and you'll be like, gosh, 3 projects. They're pretty easy. You've got the overviews at the top. Sports programming observation report is here. It tells you how. Now this one here, I'm going to say, it looks like we'll be able to do this at this point, as far as attending some events, but who knows, the way things kind of change every day right now. So do your best to do this one. We will see what happens with it as we move along. Now, this one's due October 4th. Then you move on to the second one, a recreational sports program observation form. It tells what's going on, what event, what agency you were at. Pretty easy to follow. Like I gave you specific questions to go by. And then you have an instructional sport video down here. And these are all things that you can read the instructions, and it's going to be pretty easy to follow. I don't want to read through the whole thing here today. I'd rather y'all look at it on your own, and if you have questions, email me, okay? Easier to do that than make you sit here and listen to me read these things one after another. And it has the date for each one of when everything is due. This one is the most in-depth of the reports that you'll have. And it's a tournament design project where, that's part of what I want y'all to be able to do at the end of this, would be able to put on a recreational sport program tournament. So how do you do brackets? How do you schedule? How do you do things like that? And that's things that will be covered in the text. If you don't have the text, you need it, because a lot of the things that you'll have to pull from will come from that. But it has all of the, right here it's asking you what kind of equipment and supplies do you need, what would be some program rules. This one is more, this is a little bigger, but it's twice as much as the rest as far as points, and it's not due until November 17th. So you got the whole semester to work on this. So what I want y'all to do is look over your syllabus, see if you have any specific questions, and then hit me up with anything on that. So that was under the projects and reports. So then you can look at weekly lessons. start out with program delivery. And here you go. Week 1. This is kind of the welcome stuff, talks about chapters 1 and 2. Now you're going to see, this is my view. But here you go. To do, read the syllabus closely, email with any questions, and complete the syllabus quiz. There's also an introductory post on the discussion board that we'll talk about in just a second that we're asked to do this week, and then read the preface, chapter 1 and chapter 2 in the textbook. In a minute, we'll look at the syllabus itself, and I'll talk to you a little bit more about what to expect. But as you see here, each one of these is just going to lead you right to what's expected each week. So let's look at discussions. Now I got rid of them. Okay. So tell us about you. Tell us your name, what you prefer to be called, your hometown. Y'all can take the time to try to use proper grammar and all on these. Don't shorthand everything, because it's good practice, you know, in the school setting to write things the way that you know, professionally as you can, because y'all are getting along the line of when you'll be getting out of here and expected to have professional writing skills. But answer in your first discussion post, this A through H, there's some hints below it, and y'all can feel free to chat back and forth on that and get to know each other a little bit, especially since we won't, and I'm sure y'all probably all have had class together before, or at least most of you. It tells you like this, the second one, it won't open until August 31st. Like I say, this is just my view. This one is now open. It was not open until today. But things will open as you're supposed to do them. So if you get on the main page, you'll be able to tell what's up for that week. If you click on quizzes and exams, there is your intro quiz, which is basically the syllabus quiz and the welcome video quiz. So watch the little welcome video, read over the syllabus closely, and then click on that quiz and you can take it. It is open. Once you start it, go ahead and knock it out at once. It won't take you longer than 10 or 15 minutes max. It's not hard. And you should do well, because you can refer to whatever you have to along the way. But as you see, all these things here coming down, they're all hidden from you guys right now, so they won't be jumbled up and confusing. They'll pop up as it's time to move to them. All right, let me open up the syllabus real quick and show you guys a couple things. Okay, so this has some important information. I'm not going to sit here and read this thing to you guys by any means. Again, it's hybrid, has my name, my office number, my email up here at the top. My office hours right now, they're pretty much, if you want to do a little Zoom meeting, because we probably won't be meeting in class much at all, I'm open to doing that. If we need to meet in person, I'm not opposed to that either. I will generally try to be in my office from 10 to 12 on Mondays and Wednesdays. So you got 4 hours that you should be able to catch me in there. Then from there, you've got your basic stuff that you always have in the syllabus. I'm not going to read it to you. I want you to read that on your own. Make sure that you have Now, for us to do the class the way that I've got it written up, you know, for y'all to basically do it remotely, maybe an occasional, I would prefer to do, rather than pull you guys into the classroom, I'd rather do like a Zoom meeting. Maybe if I have some things that I need to tell you that would be easier done in person. That's with quotes around it. But I'll get your guys' ideas on what you're thinking about that. But you need to have a laptop or a desktop computer with good internet. Otherwise, I don't want you losing things that you're trying to work on and problems like that with sending them to me. Okay, I'm gonna send, if I send out an email to any of you guys or an announcement which is gonna formulate an email to go to all of you, it's got on here 48 hours. You know, if I'm asking you a question, please respond within that 48 hour. Honestly, I wish I would have clicked on edit and I already closed that out, because I would make it 24 right now, because the more I think about it, if I send you guys something, I'm not going to be emailing just for the fun and saying, hey, what you up to today? What you going to eat for lunch? It's you know, it's going to be something related to the class. It's going to be something of note. So just try to get in the habit of checking your Ole Miss email every day. That way, if you get an email from an instructor or something, you'll be able to answer within, say, 24 hours. And that's what I'm going to try to do for you guys during the week. Now, the weekend may be a little slower because I've got a 2-year-old, 4-year-old, and 7-year-old boys, and it's hard to type when they're climbing on my head. So that's, my weekends are pretty wild. I come back to work to rest. Okay, this sounds a little harsh and all. I don't respond to emails where information may be found in the syllabus, schedule, or the web. Got that straight from Waddell. So you can blame him for that. And I probably, unless I just am totally swamped, I would answer anything that I could answer. There's just the topics that we'll be covering are down here. Okay, here's the next part. So just so you won't be shocked. Now, this is on the upper end. You probably won't have to put quite this into it, but expect to possibly, you know, especially on some of these bigger projects that you're doing, I would see this working. Recommend dedicating 8 hours to the class a week. That'd be 2 hours reading the chapters, 2 hours reviewing online material, making notes. That one's one where you could probably save some time. If you can make notes while you're reading the chapters. 2 hours completing weekly quizzes and discussion board posts. I would say you'd probably knock that out within an hour. And now this one I would do is try to give at least a couple hours working on the projects. Okay. Any questions on kind of what that's based on or anything so far? Clear as mud so far? Okay. As far as the weekly assignments, they're going to open at midnight on Monday. Everything in that lesson, including the quizzes, discussion board, posts, is due by the end of the day on Sunday, midnight. So you've got from Monday midnight or Sunday midnight, whatever, a full week to get the things done. These weekly assignments make up 150 points, which will be 15% of your final grade. That should be an easy 15%. Follow the lesson, do the discussions, nothing to it. Okay, B, we talked about this already, but the quiz for this first week, it's going to cover the syllabus, the course outline, and the intro video. There's some more quizzes that will come during the semester. They'll open up at the proper time, and you just keep up with the chapters as we're supposed to go according to the outline. The quizzes are going to combine to 15%. So we're at 30% of your grade. On these quizzes, tests, and all, you'll be able to use your notes, your textbook, the internet. So that's the one good thing about the course becoming remote / hybrid online. You can use whatever you have. The midterm and final are going to make 20% of your grade. Same thing, you should do well on those because you have everything at your disposal to use on finding the answers. Both tests are 90 minutes. Open at 12 a.m. on the first day, close at 11:59 on the last day. Now, tests will not be allowed to be made up without a valid medical excuse and arrangements prior to the absence. That's going to be very wild this semester. I expect there to be lots of medical excuses and things. I have a couple classes that are going to be live, and I'll just expect about half the class to be there one time, and then so you never know what's going to happen this semester. And that's another reason that I wanted to go ahead and go the route we're going with it being mostly online, things you can do on your own, because who knows when 30 students test positive one day, they may send us online anyway. So why do all the work for both ways when we may end up that way? And I hope not. Now for the rest of your grade that we talked about, it will be those projects that we just kind of ran through. So that's half of your grade. Those are things that there's rubrics that are given which tell you, where the points come from on each one of those. So that's easy to follow. If you guys want me to look at your report before you turn it in as final, let me know. I'll look it over and see if I'm not going to redo it for you or anything, but I'll give you some tips on what could help your grade. If you don't, just turn it in, and that's fine too, and I'll just grade it. But if you're turning it in for me to review it, like if you turn it in early and want me to look at it before you turn it in for your final time, make sure that it's clear to me that it's turned in for review, not for your final submission on that. Now, all your dates and things are listed here, so be sure to get things turned in on time. Most of these things you can start working on early, other than the weekly lessons, they don't open up until that point. Most of the things you can start looking at, planning ahead, and shouldn't have any trouble getting done by the time. So don't wait till the last minute. Don't email me 10 minutes before it's due and say, hey, my computer's down. Try to send it earlier than that. Don't wait till the last minute, and then you won't run into issues. All right, there's your values and your grading scale. Once I'm going to try to help you guys out, I'm giving you the opportunity to send me the things up front. I'll check them over for you. If we have situations where, if I find any situations where I can give you some experiential opportunity that may be worth extra points, I'll offer that to you guys. I'm going to try to help you all I can. But once I do make a grade on something, don't beg for changes on grades, because I'm not a hard grader on these things. I will give you as good a grade as I possibly can. So honestly, emails and phone calls complaining about grades will, unless you have a very, very valid reason, will probably just tick me off more than anything, and that's won't help your grade. Obviously, use academic integrity when you're in here. Don't be copying papers from somebody else or anything like that. And that's about it for the syllabus. Let's see if there was anything else I was going to show you guys on here. Now, I know you haven't really had, well, hopefully some of you have looked over the syllabus already. If you have not, basically the next thing, watch the video, watch the syllabus, look over the outline, and do the quiz. That's the first things you'll do. You have a discussion where you tell us all about yourself. Now, I'll give you just a smidge more about myself, and I don't think at this point anybody else is coming. Obviously, we're most of the time gone. I'm from Coffeyville, just 30 miles down the road between here and Grenada. I started working here last August. I'm primarily over the recreation therapy minor here, trying to get it started up. I was going to go through physical therapy school. Athletic training was the route that I thought that I wanted to go in life. Little did I know that I would not get into physical therapy school. Even with I think I had a 3.62 GPA and a couple really good reference letters. Turned all that stuff in, was ready for my call, never got it. So here I am with an exercise science degree, got to find a job. I went to the North Mississippi Regional Center across town, which if you're not familiar, it's for people with developmental disabilities. That was going to be my short-term gig while I tried to reapply and get in somewhere else. Ended up working there 19 and a half years. Went from there to the Oxford Park Commission, did recreation therapy there and ran the city aquatics program for a couple years, and then had the chance to come here and talk about recreation therapy, which is really my passion. You know, I've got my undergrad is in exercise science. My master's is in recreation and park administration. So I do have a background in this stuff, and working in like the OPC, Park Commission, that's the type things that a lot of this class will be covering. Recreational sports, different levels of sports and things like that. Y'all have any questions or anything before I cut y'all loose? And I really didn't even mean to keep you this long today. I just wanted to see your faces, because some of you I recognize from the roll, some I did not. So when I get an email, I'll at least know kind of who I'm talking to after seeing you. I'm not going to ask y'all to get up at 8 o'clock. I'm not going to ask me to get up at 8 o'clock. That's another reason that we're going the route we're going, because it sucked this morning pretty bad. Any questions? Look pretty easy to follow. Okay, y'all take a little time to, and it's important early on in this process. Now, make sure you can follow the Blackboard page and send me any questions you have. Email me. Like I say, I will try to answer you within 24 hours during the week, maybe longer on the weekend, and y'all try to do the same for me. If I send something out, try to get back to me within that 24 hours. I know it said 48 on there. Try to give me 24. So if y'all don't have any questions, I'm going to cut y'all loose. Follow along with what pops up as being open, and I'll try to send you guys reminders if I see that somebody is, I'm nice like that. A few of these guys have taken my courses before. They know that I will beg you to do your work. Sometimes I don't like to have to do that, but if I see somebody is about to miss a quiz or about to miss a something, a lot of times you'll see me, hey, don't forget, turn this in. So I'm going to try to keep, you know, this time is rough on everybody. So I'm going to try to keep y'all straight and y'all try to keep me straight. Hit me with any questions you have and have a good semester. And hopefully we'll keep it as normal as possible. Do y'all have very many in-person classes? No, I see a bunch of no's. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? What would y'all rather have?
I think it's a good thing.
A good thing? Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of the instructors, kind of like myself, have I want to be optimistic. At the same time, you know, people are going to act how they're going to act and do what they're going to do, and we're piling a bunch of people into this little relatively small space, you know, and I just feel like it's a matter of time. They'll be like, okay, put them back online, remote, whatever. So a lot of people set classes up where we wouldn't be set up for two different courses, and that's what happened with a lot. So sorry for keeping y'all longer than I anticipated. Y'all have a good day. Thank you guys for coming and letting me get these seating charts down. If we need to meet again, I'll let you know. Just watch for announcement and emails, okay? Thank you guys. Good to meet you.
Would you be opposed to me doing a lot of the projects like in the next couple of weeks? Mainly just because